shared signals, right? CAEP events ride on a shared signals framework. So that interop event is how do you share things like session revoked, assurance level change, token claims change, session presented, session established, or risk level change. Those are all CAEP events. But if I send you an event, Jeff, that says, hey, this guy Sean looks suspicious, you're like, oh, I have Sean on my system. Nope, Sean's gone. But that's hard to do because you'd have an API to have an API. How do you, you speak this language, I speak this language. Whereas CAEP gives you the mechanism, whereas SSF gives you the highway to say, how do I communicate?
And so I know you weren't able to make the one in Dallas because you were introducing, new members of the family to your side. What, I guess, take me behind the curtains if you can. Like, do you know what takes place in these things? Is it basically a bunch of people talking? Is there like demonstrations?
It's actually, you're right. It's demonstrated. So they actually get a room there and they set up tables and they actually showcase like, here's how this works. Like no smoke and mirrors, like actual hands on keyboard, like watch this. Cisco interrupted with vendor company A, for example. And I'll use Atul and Shane, for example. Cisco and Signal can talk, right? Or like to be very agnostic here, Microsoft Okta can talk, Okta and Ping can talk. I'm not saying they can or they can't, but just it's that kind of a situation. So company A can do it at company B. It doesn't mean that there's not political or legal barriers, but you've demonstrated the ability that I can share with another company. But then legally, can you do that? That's a whole different conversation. But it's a really hands-on interop to showcase that we can actually share information. So it's actually really awesome.
I'm convinced that this is really important